All right, let's look at this intro now in the key of D. I'm going to show you part of this lick that utilizes pick blocking. So in this lesson, there'll be a tab and backing track available on our Patreon site, so you can click on that and that'll get you over there for that. So I'm going to play the first part of it, and then I'll talk that out. And then when we get to the part I'm talking about doing the pick blocking, I'll kind of slow down a little bit and kind of zero in on that and hopefully give you something to think about. And if you're already doing the pick blocking, then maybe it'll just be a good lick for you to practice. So like I teach in all my lessons that a lot of these will be you can break them down in different sections. So maybe there's like 3 different parts to this intro, and each one of them can play over maybe a certain chord. So you can just dissect these licks and these lessons I do, maybe glean one part of it that you really like, or if you like the whole deal, that's even greater. But I try to make them where they're beneficial no matter what your level and what your skill level is. So we're in the key of D for this intro, and it starts out in the 5 chord, and it's playing over an A7. So the first part, like 3 measures of it, starts over an A7. Now the count on this, it comes in on 3. So the first part goes like this. Okay, and like I said, just to mention as an aside, I'm taking the effects off my amp when I'm doing the lessons now, maybe so you can hear the notes more clearer, or maybe it's a little easier for you to differentiate between my notes. So what we want to do, we're going to go to the 8th fret, lower our 4th string with the E flat and E lever, and we're going to pick 4 and 5 at the 8th, the 9th, the 10th. Okay, then we pick our 6th string at the 10th by itself, slide it down 3 frets, 10, 9, 8. Okay, so that's the first part. Okay, so now we pick we still got the E flat and E lever down. We pick 4 and 5 here at the 8th fret. Okay, then we pick 6 again by itself at the 8th fret, slide it down 3 frets, 8, 7, 6. Okay, so now we see that we're doing this 6th string chromatically. It's going all the way from the 10th fret down to the 6th fret chromatically, and I mean just one step at a time. Okay, so now we've got. Okay, all that's playing over an A chord, a 7th chord. The next part goes like this. We play 4, 5 at the 5th fret as a group, play our 6th string here at the 5th, slide it to the 4th, back up to the 5th. Okay, then we play a 7th here at the 2nd fret, 4 and 5 with our F and E lever as a group. Okay, so now we've got this. All right, now let's look at the lick I was talking about that really utilizes our pick blocking. All right, so this is kind of in the vein of a Hal Ruggs type lick. This is still playing over the A. It's the last measure of our A7. We're the group that we're going to deal with. We're going to play 2 and 3 as a group, then our 4th string. Okay, so now what we're going to do, let's go ahead and look at it real quick. We play 2, 3 as a group, pick 4. Okay, now what we're going to do on our pick blocking, as soon as we pick our 4th string, we put our picks back down on 2 and 3 and mute them. Okay, so that's what we need to practice on if you haven't been doing that or working on that. So 2, 3 is a group, pick 4, and immediately when you pick 4, you just lower your picks back down and touch 2 and 3. Okay, now the walk up for the lick is, we played it here at the 5th fret, we go up 1 fret, the group never changes, the muting doesn't change till we get to the very end of it. You go to your 6th fret, engage your E to F knee lever, play the same thing, 2, 3, 4, as soon as you pick 4, put your picks back down. Go to 8, your 8th fret, do the same thing, F knee lever is still engaged. Go to your 11th fret, F knee lever is still engaged, same thing, 2, 3, 4, mute those strings. So that's like this now. Okay, now here we go to our 10th fret to end this and a D chord, and this is going to be a little bit trickier. We're going to do the same thing, 2, 3, 4. Now this time we're only going to mute the 2nd string with our middle finger. So we have 3 and 4s ringing. So at the 10th fret you play 2, 3 as a group, hit 4, and as soon as you hit 4, you only mute your 2nd string with your middle finger. Okay, so now we have this. Okay, now the little button, it's a standalone lick for D. It goes like this. Okay, so we're going to utilize our B and C pedals. So let's press our B and C pedals. The group's not going to change. The group we're dealing with is 3, 4, 5. B and C pedals down at the 11th fret, 12th fret, 11th fret, 10th fret. Release B and C pedals, play that same group. That's the only group we're dealing with, 3, 4, 5. No pedals, no knee levers. And you can phrase that different as far as the picking. You could play it one time, but I like to emphasize each one. It kind of punches it out, makes it a little more distinct. Okay, now if you watched my hand, I hope if you'll see this at the beginning, this lesson is really trying to show you some different ways to mute. I actually start out with palm muting on that first part. So we're making those real staccato is the musical term. It's just, you're clipping them off. Just as soon as you pick them, you mute them with your palm. Okay, now you notice here, I'm also using pick blocking. The last one, I kill the first two with my palm. The third one, I pick block. The reason being is I've got to have this 6th string ringing. Okay, I'm going to play 2 and 4 and 5 again. Again, I pick blocked with this. Pick blocked again here. Okay, so I want you to watch the video, and you're going to work on both types of muting. The first part is palm muting. Then I start using pick blocking. And that's what I like about the camera shots that Jacob's doing now. You can watch my hand. So first 2 notes of the kickoff, palm muting. Then the rest of it will be pick muting. Or pick blocking, however you want to denote it. Okay, so in this intro, it just won't sound the same, or I'm not saying it won't sound right, but if you let all these notes ring, it won't be as clean. You have that dissonance if you leave those chromatic strings ringing. Okay, so that's why we need to work on that blocking or those muting of those chromatic strings. Okay, so I would say this is probably an advanced lesson, and this is a very good lesson to start working on. Just practice. Alright, so give this a try. Let me know what you think in the comments. And if you haven't practiced or haven't been working with this type of muting, this will be a really, and you can really hear that, how it's effective to do that, because you can't let these chromatic strings ring out. It just sounds too dissonant. You see, it just doesn't sound the same or sound correct. All right, so give this a try and let me know what you think. All right, I hope you enjoyed this lesson, utilizing maybe a new technique for you in pick blocking. If you like the video and want to subscribe, you hit the button. We'd appreciate that. Also, if you want to check out any of the equipment that we're using, you can go to the Amazon link in the description. There's a tab and backing track available for this lesson, so if you want to click on the card or the link in the description, that'll get you to our Patreon site. Also, if you'd like to support us here on YouTube, you can hit the join button below and check that out. All right, as always, Jacob and I appreciate you watching our channel. We appreciate our subscribers. We appreciate those who are supporting us on Patreon and here on YouTube. And as always, keep picking.